Hey, Eagle fans, I'm Thomas Mott. Welcome to Philadelphia Eagles Now. We're jumping the latest Eagles news and rumors here in just 1 second. First, in our previous video, we asked you how many Eagle games have you guys actually been to in person over the course of your lifetime, and picked a random subscriber who said he's been to 50 Eagle games since 1980. Shout out to James Landis. 50 Eagle games. You gotta be a season ticket holder, right? There's no way that you've been to 50 individual games. And I guess maybe you have. 1980 obviously was a little bit ago. I've only been to 4, so you've been to 50. That is absolutely incredible. Shout out to James Landis for going to that many Eagle games. You guys want a shout out in tomorrow's video? Let's see. Where do you rep the Eagles from? Like, where are you guys watching from today? Let me know down below. Must be a subscriber, and producer Trace will pull a random subscriber to go ahead and shout out at the start of today's video. Let's go jump into the latest Eagles news and rumors, as we always do. There's a lot coming up in terms of OTA news, in terms of news regarding players who are looking good, Jordan Davis, Jalen Hurts, as well as an update on Jalen Reagor. But we will start with Jalen Hurts. He's looking good. We talked about this last week, and it's been reiterated now in a Nick Sirianni press conference. I think it was an interview, actually, with ESPN's Sal Paolantonio just yesterday. When asked about Jalen Hurts' performance, as we'll see in a second, he looks different, according to Nick Sirianni, but different in a good way. And that different, again, as we'll see, is trending in the direction we want him to go. More accurate, better footwork, better decision-making. Now, it's OTAs, and I'm going to say this literally the rest of the time as OTAs go on until we get to actual training camp and actual preseason games. What you hear from OTAs, you got to take with a grain of salt, because he might look good in padless 7-on-7s or padless 11-on-11s, but we want to see if he's actually good in like live fire, actual hitting, with the pads on drills that you're going to get more closer to training camp. However, I'm not going to ignore quotes like the one we're going to look at today from Nick Sirianni talking about how Hurts is looking a lot better than he did at this point last season. Here was Nick Sirianni on Jalen Hurts, throw it up on the screen. Quote, "I'm noticing a big difference. What I see is a crisper ball. The accuracy I've been very pleased with. You can just see him taking strides every single day with his accuracy because of the fundamentals he has with his feet and his upper body," end quote. All right, good sign. Again, he's not going to talk bad about his quarterback during OTAs. We like to hear that. Like to hear the word accuracy improving. We love those two together. Here was Jalen Hurts, though, on his mindset, trying to improve as well in a press conference just the other day. Quote, that's been very pivotal going into the offseason, just being decisive out there on the field, knowing pretty much where I'm going to go with the ball based off the look that they give me. There's a natural maturation there, and as I've always talked about, end quote. So, again, he takes this with a grain of salt. This is not necessarily saying he's going to be, a 70% completion percentage type of quarterback just based on what we've seen so far in OTAs, but at least you're getting good reports coming out. Now, they could easily, turn around and give you bad reports, but they're not going to say that publicly. It would be like a kind of insiders talking about, ooh, hush, hush, Jalen Hurts not looking good, but so far so good here in terms of what we've heard about our quarterback. As we talked about, accuracy and decision-making are crucial in 2022. It's going to be the determining factor, the two determining factors in Jalen Hurts' future with the Philadelphia Eagles. If he's more accurate and has better decision-making, he will be the Eagles' long-term answer at quarterback. If he stays as inaccurate as he has been, if his decision-making does not get better, then he will no longer be the quarterback in 2023. It's just that simple. He has too much talent around him. He has too good of an offensive line, too good of running backs, too good of wide receivers, too good of a defense, too good of a secondary. Like, it's all too good. If he struggles with throwing the football in terms of being accurate or decision-making and missing wide-open players, like remember last year we would get all those replays during games where it was like, oh, Jalen Hurts, 5-yard, the out route to the left side. If he had just looked over to the right, he had DeVonta Smith wide open. If we get more of that, he's not going to be the future of the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, they're saying he's improved on that. I hope that is the case, but it's something to keep an eye on as the OTAs and obviously into training camp progress, because if these type of good rumors continue to come out, then I think we're going to be in store, or we're going to have in store for us a very successful and very good year for Jalen Hurts. Add break pin comment down below if you believe Hurts is going to be the guy. You believe in him, like this video. If not, comment why. Why do you not think he's going to go ahead and be the guy? Give the video a thumbs up, though, because I think most of us believe he will be the guy. Let's move over here to Jalen Reagor, and I call it the curious case of Jalen Reagor. And obviously, Reagor going into year 3 is featuring much similar to Jalen Hurts, a pivotal year. Maybe more pressure, although he is a wide receiver, so I guess there's less pressure in that category. But everybody knows that if Reagor's going to be on this roster anytime in the future, he's got to perform in 2022. Now, we talked about him being traded before the start of the season, and that hasn't happened yet, still could, but he has got to be better. And I saw a very interesting quote from Darius Slade the other day, essentially saying that he supports Jalen Reagor and thinks that Reagor is working his butt off to get better. This is interesting. Look at it on your screen right now. Quote, He's just been working consistently hard, man. Right now, he's just been grinding. We brought A.J. Brown in, so A.J.'s teaching him a little bit too, so he's understanding the game more. He's still young. I think Reagor's only 23 years old and in his third year into the league, and 23 was my second year in the league, so he's still learning. He's working hard, and we've got to get him going. That's it. We've got to all be behind him, end quote. Now, I like that. I like the idea of Jalen Reagor working hard. I never thought Jalen Reagor didn't work hard. I think Reagor has been working hard, but it's very clear, at least so far the first 2 seasons, that Reagor's hard work has not transitioned to being actually successful on the football field. There is a mental aspect to this. It's the same thing that happened with Nelson Aguilar. Whenever the fan base in Philadelphia kind of gets on you, if you're not necessarily good with taking criticism, and not saying that necessarily I know if Reagor's good or not, I'm assuming that he's not that great with criticism overall, but the social media stuff that we've seen, him being a little bit, I would say, hot-headed on social media, or at least getting upset when people, comment on his stuff, tells me that he's not very good with taking criticism. When you can't do that in Philadelphia, then you have these kind of dips in your production and dips in your play, and it's just hard to go ahead and pull yourself out of that. Again, we saw it with Nelson Aguilar, and we've seen it so far the first 2 seasons with Jalen Reagor. But again, that doesn't mean he's not trying hard to fix this. He's not working hard to prove everybody wrong. And the thing is, we all want him to prove us wrong. Like, that's kind of the thing. There are people that'll comment mean things on his social media and call him trash whenever you see him walk by on the football field if you're in the lower level. But as soon as he starts to play well, everybody will be commenting like, we love you, we'll be cheering for you, we'll be all for Jalen Reagor. There's nobody out there who's a true Eagle fan who wants Reagor to be unsuccessful. We all want him to succeed. The question is, will we ever actually get to that point? Now, it sounds like he's trying really hard. It sounds like, guys like Darius Slayer trying to help him out, A.J. Brown's trying to help him out. That is all good news, but we will not, at least I won't, believe it until I see it on the football field here in year 3. The hope is that we will, but honestly, who knows how that is going to go ahead and play out. Now, what do you guys think? Subscribe down below if you guys want Reagor to be good. I think a direct correlation to Reagor's success is based on the success of our YouTube channel. Now, not really, but still, go down and subscribe. Plenty more content coming up later on this week, including a mailbag video happening on Friday. Be sure to subscribe down below to get the latest and greatest Eagles content in your sub box nearly every single day here on the channel. This is Reagor's last chance. And I think you could even go to training camp, and if he's struggling in training camp, then you could ship him away for a 7th-round draft pick and just kind of let him go restart with a new football team. If he plays well during training camp, he'll obviously makes the roster, then it's up to actually performing on the football field. But no more of this 30 catches for 285-yard kind of stuff that he's done so far his first 2 seasons. It has to be 50 catches, it has to be over 500 yards, it has to be few drops, it has to be successful play on the football field for him to come back, I think, for another year without being cut or traded sometime during the 2023 offseason. Okay, like the video down below if you guys love the Eagles. I know most of you guys do. I'd be shocked if you don't. Let's go ahead and get 1,000 likes here on today's video. Give this video a thumbs up for all of the great content and our Eagles who are out there grinding during OTAs. Thumbs up. We'd appreciate it. Let's go ahead and end with Jordan Davis here quickly. Davis has been very impressive so far during OTAs. He's one of the big winners, I think. We'll talk about that more in a video tomorrow. He just looks the part. He looks like what he's supposed to be with a top 15 overall draft pick. And we heard all the rumors of him being a physical freak, and honestly, that's been 100% true based on everything I have heard and seen so far at training camp. Now, apparently, he thinks he's slimming down a little bit and getting even stronger based on all the workouts and stuff they're having him do up there at the NovaCare complex. Here's a fun quote from, I think it was yesterday at OTAs. Quote, I think I look a little bit slimmer. I look in the mirror and I'm like, man, I'm getting toned. My arm muscles are looking good. My mom says I'm slimming down. My face is getting slimmer. I think that's just the continuous work. It's every day. It's something. It's just work. We put in that work. It's obviously just going to fall off. And just keeping in mind, I'm getting paid to do what I do. I'm getting paid to be at my peak, just working down and cutting down. You can't just go out and eat everything in the world. You have to have everything in moderation. So it sounds like he is kind of on this mission to slim down and get stronger, not necessarily be, not overweight because he's a big guy regardless, but just fitter, right? Stronger overall, be able to have better cardiovascular, I would say endurance to stay on the football field longer, and having better strength. You talk about having to bench press guys out of the way to go ahead and get to the quarterback. He did a great job of doing that in college, but he's no longer going up against non-NFL players from week to week at Georgia. Now, there are some when you play Alabama, but there's not some when you play Vanderbilt or when you play Tennessee at this point, Sometimes maybe not Arkansas, even though they've been a little bit better in the SEC the past couple of years. He is going to be facing the top of the line, best of the best interior offensive linemen every single week. And so getting better now, getting slimmer now, getting stronger now is only going to improve his chances of being a very successful defensive player. I'm just also just excited to see him work. I'm excited to see him on this defensive line. I think he's going to be fantastic. I was one of the guys, initial draft thoughts were a little hesitant here, but everything I've seen since, everything you hear coming out of Philadelphia is that they love this guy and they are excited about this guy, and they had to move up in the draft to get this guy because a lot of football teams were really interested in grabbing him right around when Philadelphia made that trade up to number 12 to take him and be the latest first-round draft pick of the Philadelphia Eagles. I see a very low chance of a bust here, and so far so good in terms of him making that transition from being a college football player to an NFL football player. I'm a huge fan of Jordan Davis. Okay, let's end on this. Over under 6 sacks for Davis in 2022. What do you think? Now, 6 is, again, for a D tackle, pretty darn good. That's kind of where Fletcher Cox would hover majority of his career in the National Football League. A little bit more for other D tackles, but 6, I think, is a safe and fair starting point for a rookie DT with the expectations that he has. I think it's over, type O down below for over, or U down below for under. Okay, Ultimate Day on our Philadelphia Eagles news and review video. Be sure to subscribe for our mailbag video happening later on this week. Hashtag Eagles in the comments section gets you a chance to be picked with your question, and I will answer it on the show, I think Friday, maybe Saturday. Friday, Saturday, either way. Just be subscribed and you can guys go ahead and get that in your sub box. All right, again, Ultimate Day on our Eagles news and rumor video. I'm Thomas Mott, signing off for the rest of your day.